What is up, everybody? It's according to Seth's 31 Days of Halloween. We are on to day 26, and today we are talking about two movies, The Autopsy of Jane Doe and The Exorcist, which, if you haven't seen either, this is your warning to please go watch them as soon as possible. So, let's talk about these two movies and why you should watch them. First up, we have The Autopsy of Jane Doe. It stars Emile Hirsch and Brian Cox, these two people, and this movie honestly scared the crap out of me when I watched it last year. Unfortunately, I can't find this on any streaming service, so you will have to rent it on, your preferred video on demand service, but it's 100% worth the rental. This movie is creepy, and obviously the setting's already scary enough because it takes place in the morgue, and you have these two people who are investigating this body of this Jane Doe, hence the name of the movie. And as the movie goes on, things just start getting weirder and weirder. It's a slow burn, but then once you get to that point, man, does this movie pick up. And the things that you find out about this character when they first open up the body and they start finding things inside her, let me tell you, it gets good, man. It gets good. I can't recommend this one enough. The acting from everyone on this is awesome. The imagery that they use and the fact that this ties in with well, I can't say that because, we don't want to spoil this for you, but go check this one out. It's awesome. And if you like movies movies that involve possessions or witchcraft, things like that, you're going to enjoy this one. So let me know what you think of this, and let's talk about movie 2. And finally, we have The Exorcist, which is the ultimate demonic possession movie that scared a generation for a lifetime. Personally, I don't find this movie that scary. Yeah, there are some creepy parts, and maybe because it is an older film, but I never really found it that scary. Some people claim to be the scariest movie ever made. I'm not on that end of the spectrum. I do think this movie's fantastic, though, especially for what it did for the time. Fantastic. The imagery that they use, especially Linda Blair's acting in this movie, is fucking awesome. And she even broke her back during one of the possession scenes where she's thrashing back and forth. It's a known fact that she broke her back in that scene because the levees broke and the pulleys, all that stuff messed up and malfunctioned, and she ended up breaking her back in real life. If you didn't know this, we are getting a sequel, actually kind of what they did with Halloween. David Gordon Green's actually writing and directing it, and it's coming out next, I think March or in the spring sometime, but we are getting a sequel to this, or kind of a follow-up, a direct follow-up to this movie, exactly like what David Gordon Green did with Halloween. And I'm excited for it, because we're going to get a newer and improved version of this movie, and it probably will scare the living shit out of our generation, and I can't wait for it. So enjoy both these movies. You can check this on HBO Max.